What's up YouTube? What's going on? XD here back again with another video. In today's video, I am going to be showing you how I flipped a trap sample or a trap loop and made a house track or house beat with it. And I'm going to play it back so you can hear how it sounds, and then I'm going to break it down. And I used Serum for most of the sounds that I used in this track. So I'm just going to break it down and show you guys how it's all sounding in FL Studio. It is amazing. It is mind blown. And I have another gem that I have in this track, kind of a surprise that I want to share with you guys also in this track that I want to share. So let's jump into FL Studio and let me show you what it sounds like. Okay, so now here in FL Studio, this is the setup of this track. So I'm just gonna play back the intro. The sample itself sounds like this. You can see here it's written classic trap 140 BPM, and you can see my BPM is 121. Hey, you can see, so it sounds really nice, and I know that if you're a trap producer or hip hop producer, you can really kind of catch the vibe of kind of a trap or a hip hop vibe to it and whatever. But I'm gonna play it again so you can hear how it's sounding kind of as a house vibe. Section, kind of the main part of this track.
Ever feel lonely? Like no one understands? Don't you worry, you are not alone. This music got your back.
What do you think about that? I think this is fine. I think this is a track that we're gonna do. I didn't tell you guys about the vocal, but my fiance just threw in some vocals off the dome. Like, she really was feeling the beat when I was making it and feeling the track, and then some words came out, and we just recorded like a demo of it. So she just thought she just record something just to keep the idea recorded. And so I wanted to share with you guys this track and how it's done. But I'm now gonna break it down to show you guys all the sounds in depth and what I did. So the sound was basically originally sounding just like that. Now let me see if I can play it. You can see the original speed. It was really fast, but I slowed it down, and I made sure that it doesn't play all the way, because it's a really long sample. Like, if I can drag it in, let me show you. If I drag it in the timeline, you can see it's really long, but I just need to the first part that I just wanted to use. So that's the only section that I used. And then I used this this loop sample, this XF loop sample that I used. I'm gonna play it back. Sounds like that. But I just wanted the first part only. I didn't want the loop to play all the way. So it sounds like this. I just wanted just that first part only to play, and then I added a bass line at the beginning of this sound like. And I used a Serum patch called the Angry Boss. Gotta give that grungy, really angry, bass line to it, because I wanted to make it dark and not to be too happy, because I know that trap samples, they're not happy. They have this dark vibe and dark feeling to it. And let me add this other sound that I added here. And I just used only Serum sounds. I was just cloning the Serum VST, because when I catch a vibe of a VST, I just like to go with it and just keep that same texture. I don't know if you do the same, but I like to just go with that. I know Serum chows a lot of CPU and RAM, but you know, my machine can take it. So this is the other sounds that I have. That's the deep womp patch, the first one, and then I kind of layered it with the pads pluck. That sounds kind of like a flute kind of a vibe, so it all sounds like this. Then I added this other sound. That's the crazy fist patch. That's kind of a bass. That's kind of giving a screamy vibe. Then that last sound, that ba ba ba, that's like that's a classic but more sound. Let me just play it on its own. That's a more housey kind of a sound that's playing there at the end. I just thought it would sound good just to fill in the end part. Then I added another sound as well, which is the Pluto patch. Let me play it on its own. But I was actually playing it in triplet mode, so I had my grid in triplets so that I can just have this kind of vibe. Just to create some really random syncopation in the track, so play it together sounds like this now. Then that's a hat. That's a cymbal sound that I added. Simple cymbal sound from my Deep House sample pack. Links is in the description. You can get all the drums that are in this track in my store. Then now let me bring out the drums. So this is the drums on their own. Just a simple drum pattern. I didn't want to complicate the drums of this track because I wanted the instruments to, you know, to be more clear and speak more in the track. I didn't even want to add like too much shaker loops and all that other kind of stuff. Now here, as the track progresses, let me just also play the other sounds that I added over here. I also added some of these sounds. Just some more hats to create a little bit of speed later on when the vocals come in. Something like that. Now let me play that back. But it's way in the back, you won't be able to really hear it. And then I added another pad sound. Let me check the pads from Serum. The Time. It sounds like this. And let me play it alongside the other sounds. Nice and simple and easy. And then I also had another cymbal. Just to add a little bit of a nice groove to it. And then I also have some other another snare that I have at the end there. This snare is in my AFRO-TECH sample pack, and the snare is the snare number 2. This one over here. And then I just added kind of a swoosh effect. And a symbol of peace. Kind of a magical symbol that I wanted, you know, just to show that some magic is about to happen in this track. And of course my fiance's vocal.
Ever feel lonely? Like no one understands. Don't you worry.
So I just threw in a nectar, you know, in this vocal, just a rough preset. just to get the vocal to stand out, because it's just a demo. Obviously we're gonna re-record and make a proper track, but I want to know what you guys think. But let me play it again. Let me play the vocals and the track again so you can hear how all of it is sounding.
Understand. Don't you worry, you are not alone. This music got your back.
So this is the second part of the other vocals I shared on.
Ever feel so lonely? Like no one understands. Don't you worry, this music got your back. This melody will have you grooving. This bass will have you moving. I say, don't you worry, you are not alone.
And that's kind of the end. So that's basically the progression of this track and kind of how I wanted to build up. Then obviously we're gonna expand it more and work on it, and do proper vocal recordings and everything, and do mixing and mastering. But I thought I'd share with you guys and just show you what you can do with any type of sample that you get. So even if you have hip-hop samples or whatever you have, you can use it to make whatever style you have. That's how you can create uniqueness. That's how you can create something different and something really fresh. People won't be expecting this. So even if you have trap or hip-hop samples, you can still make house with it, or actually make a house, or actually make hip-hop using house samples, back and forth. So if you want to check out all my samples and download all my samples and support me, you can check out the links in the description below, and you can go to my store and check out all my sounds there. But this is how this track is sounding. But I want to know what you guys think about it. If you have any ideas or any suggestions of this track, you can also drop them down in the comments below, and what you guys think about the vocals as well. Do you like it with the vocal, or do you think it sounds nice without vocal? I want to know what you guys think about this track, and I'll definitely want to release this as a proper release soon, but I'll let you guys know when it drops. But that's it for this video, guys. I just wanted to share this track and just kind of inspire you guys to also create and flip different samples, no matter what they're coming from. Even if it's reggaeton, even if it's Afro beats or whatever, you can still make your style no matter what sample you're using. But thank you guys so much for watching, and remember guys, the only way you can keep seeing my videos is by, of course, subscribing and clicking on the bell icon, and remember to drop me a like, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I am X, and I'm out. Peace.